coming in. Just everybody's torched. Okay, we love that. They should be very interesting then. We should these opening gunfights.
they were supporting in the Twitch chat, so you can't go.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't go wrong with it. So we are starting out with Rocco, and they're trying to get this tower control, and he drops down, and UNM is getting the picks early. Going to be interesting to see kind of, and the slays are all going outside of UNM here, and they've got the perfect map set up. They've got control of the hill. They've got one player towards camo, one on the tower. This is a really good start if you're on the side of UNM. You're getting the picks, you're getting the map control, but now if you're on the side of Butler, you're getting the counter slays. But how are you reacting off of kind of dropping 4 dead fast?
I mean, I think what they did is probably the smartest thing. They grouped and all hit camo side because they wanted to secure that. Going 4 dead off the rip, you may not be as confident as what you was going into it. So, try to get camo and get that confidence back up. Actually, right here we have a really big play coming out, and Confused Squid gets the kill. They have full setup here.
And Butler has the camo, but if you're on the side of UNM, you have a lot of this time on this first hill. So in my opinion, you don't rush this. You get one clean break, and you've got this first hill. And that's a huge no-scope on the side. And that's 2 back-to-back. Okay, give us the overkill. Give us the overkill.
Oh, it's too late. That was, yep,
this is what you want to see if you're on. That's it. Please, run at him.
Oh, man.
What a disciplined player.
Really big chance there for the 5 gifted, and
if that was me, I was running like him.
Yeah,
and that's first hill going on the side of Butler. I want to give a huge shout out to Butler there. They, off the start, shot 4 dead, and a lot of that time went to the side of UNM. Now, we got to see, is UNM going to turn it around here? They're going to chalk up that first hill. This is exactly what I'm talking about with this game 1 pacing that I think is super important, because now if you're UNM, you get a little bit to breathe, and you're really going to try to get the back control. Butler is right there, and they are bringing the pace to them. They are getting these slays. They are pushing together. And I'm loving the teamwork on the side of Butler here. And that is a huge double kill from Sunny here. And UNM, this is going to be a good match. I'm really excited.
It's super back and forth. I kind of like to see, with Derpy being 11-3 right now, I'd like to see his team trying to play around him a little bit more instead of, it seems like he ends up in these weird, like 1v2, 1v3 situations. So I'd like to see his team kind of rally around him a little bit more and move the map with him rather than being there before he can get to the rest of his team.
Absolutely, and this is a huge push on the side of UNM. I am really impressed by their teamwork, because you're noticing that they are really just pushing together. And with that first hill, it kind of fell apart a little bit, but they're pushing things in numbers, which is really important, I think, on live fire with it being super open. I think this is really good teamwork, and we're at a tie game right now. But UNM is really trying to get this third hill, and their A setup, they are really not letting Butler get any distance here. And I think that's Sunny with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, and again, like UNM's doing, I mean, their setups look a whole lot like what our setups back in D2 look like. They're playing really tight together because they don't, maybe they don't trust their individual skill to go out and win ones or what have you, and it's working phenomenally for them right now. They're double challenge, triple challenge things together, and it's because of how tightly set up they are. And I mean, as long as they keep this up, it's going to be really, really tough for Butler to get back in this game.
Yeah, and as we're saying that, the trade battles go on the side of Butler, and they're getting this good time here. I'm a little nervous about this back tower push. And it just seems like the slaying is super even on both sides. Like, it's not one team kind of taking over, which that's what you want to see if if you are a fan of College Halo and you want this to go the distance to get and a
Whoa.
huge no scope out of Derpy Squid, he is absolutely killing it with this snipe. I want it. If you're Butler, you got to prioritize every time that snipe gets up. You need to make sure it's in his hands.
Yeah,
But
you know,
I think.
Sorry.
No, you were all good.
I was just gonna say, you know, like we finally see, you know, Butler hit a hill together, you know, and I mean it was an insta break. I mean, granted, like we got the pick with the sniper, and you know, Derpy being on M&K is definitely, anytime he gets that sniper in his hand, he's gonna be deadly with it. But at the same time, they played together, they took their time, they waited for everybody to be there, they hit together, and they broke it. So I think as long as Butler can recognize that mid-game, which a lot of times is, you know, it's harder done than said, that I think that they definitely have a chance to get back in this. It's just whether or not they can actually recognize it and accomplish it.
Exactly, and we are at a tie game here. And I thought he lagged out for a second. But I will also say, you know, what I like seeing, especially in this matchup, is you're seeing both teams really use the sandbox. Like every time we've gone on someone's POV, they either have a pistol, they have a commando, they have a BR. Like they are really making sure that they are taking advantage of the sandbox, which you don't really see a lot of the time. So it's definitely great to see, and it's looking like, unless Sunny can win this, and this is going to be a 3-2. Oh, I just cursed it.
Yeah, again, you know, like we got on this hill, and so far Butler has done a really, really good job of sticking together, sticking as a team, and challenging stuff together, and they're holding it for the most part as easy and perfect as you could want out of a team. So it seems as though that, you know, that adjustment that I called out, they've recognized it, and they are doing what they can with it.
And this is just such a back and forth game, and that's the snipe on the side of Derpy. And unfortunately, he only has one bullet in it. I guess they don't want to see the 5 kills. It's okay, you know. But this is such a good map 1, and I'm so impressed with both of these teams. It is really going back and forth. I really hope it kind of continues, because this is perfect for a game 5. I think these rosters are matching up very well. And look on the side of Derpy, who's 30-10. That's for map 3, Kish. I know.
Now,
but as we're saying this, I think that's the side that's KO on the side of UNM, and they're getting the picks here, and that's a huge perfect kill on the side, and that's 4 dead on the side of Butler. It's looking like we're gonna go to the final hill here as UNM ties up the game. We're at 3-3 with 3 minutes and 28 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but you know, UNM, they had the spawns there for it, and they pushed out sandbag side of the map and were working a pinch for a little bit. So if they can keep this hold, it'll be really, really tough for Butler to break it, especially with Butler kind of slowly going back into the individual chows. I say that, and UNM go 2 dead.
Too.
Yeah.
This is such a back and forth, and I think this 1v1 here is huge. And that is a huge win on the side of Butler. I think you just got to be careful, because right now it's looking like kind of UNM is just running, because the more time that they're giving, I wouldn't rush this. If you are on the side of UNM, you've got time. You don't need to fully rush this. But as I'm saying this, Butler has the snipe, which, and that's a huge pick. I definitely want to keep seeing Derpy. That's a double kill. That's giving the triple. No. Oh, no.
Every opportunity just keeps getting shut down. This is a huge gunfight here for Rocco.
It's a double kill. Where's the triple? but this is such
And,
back and forth.
and yeah, now now we're in the same exact instance as what you said earlier with UNM needing to take their time, knowing that they have time. Butler getting a little overzealous, hitting a little too fast. Looks like they're slowing down a bit now, getting ready to hit this hill. They get 3.
This is a huge play here.
That's a really
trade.
big
And
trade.
is anyone on the side of UNM close? No, and that's map 1 going to the side of Butler. And if this is showing what we are going to see for this series, I am so excited. Galen's given 5 gifted. So as much because I'm torn. Because I want some more people to see College Halo ad-free, but also I would love to see this series go the distance. So we're taking up with Derpy Squid, and this is exactly what I'm saying. This energy, it just doesn't stop from game 1. They are just running. They're getting the map control, and UNM has the early lead. I don't know if that camo got burned.
I also am curious about that. I think probably a UNM player popped it, and then Kale cleaned them up. But I'm not 100% sure.
Some huge gunfights going down, and we're at 5-5. Like, this is the pacing, and I think Aquarius is perfect for both of these rosters because they like running into battle with teammates, which I'm a huge fan of. If when I played Ace, like, I like the aggressive play style. That's how I am. I think it makes the game more fun. So I definitely like this map for these rosters. And Butler does have the lead, and we're throwing Hail Mary grenades, which hits. It works out. And that is a big brain name inside of UNM.
Yeah, is this Kish, do you remember, is this the map that Butler had the boxing match on? Okay.
Recharge. Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the second time on stream. It might be that maybe they played it a different time on stream as well, but obviously, like, they seem to maybe enjoy this map. So
and just look at the pacing of UNM. Notice how they are all just together and they're pushing. And Butler still has that 1 kill lead. So if you're this guy in P2, you're really gonna want to try to get to a teammate. And I really like how this is. And we're at a tie game.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm being honest with you, UNM takes a 2 kill lead, make that 3. But I honestly think that this entire Slayer game will probably be fairly close for the most part. I could be wrong. Maybe one team takes it, storms off with it, but and I say that UNM has a 5 kill lead.
We are caster cursing this series.
Yeah, well, yeah. It happens to the best of us, I really don't know what else you want from me.
I'm really interested to see how UNM plays with this camo because their teammates are starting to drop, and I feel like camo is a little bit out of that play. So I think he's got still about 10 more seconds on it, and definitely interested to see how it's played out here. And that's camo dropping it. And Butler's trying to bring this back here. That's a huge double kill on the side of Derpy. And they're just going to collapse on the sky P1. And that's a huge win on the side of UNM.
Yeah, that's a really big win.
I'm loving seeing these teams. They're putting in damage and they're backing down. I feel like sometimes in the College Halo matches, we see people try one-shot. People kind of just keep up the pace. And I'm really liking to see the discipline coming out of these rosters. And we are at a 3 kill game.
Yeah,
as we're kind of getting the halfway mark.
It really seems like UNM is doing a really good job of calming where somebody is, and it seems as though the whole team flies at that person. You see,
exactly. They're just flying and collapsing on this blue base. Yeah. And it's really interesting to see. First off, we're at a tie game now. Tie game 29-29. Dalen, your wallet's safe, I fear. But I think it's also very interesting because a lot of the times you see these rosters really play for the car side control. But it seems like this map is very P side heavy, which you don't really see too often. So it's definitely interesting to see.
I wonder. I'm curious I'm just kind of curious as like maybe it's because you spawn fridge side more like consistently, and so they're just going forward off of that, or I wonder what the
I also
reasoning.
think like 4 melees in the feed pointed out by Kish, and I also just think too these rosters, I think once the gunfight happens on P side where it started off, then I feel like they go back to P to keep doing this matchup, and I feel like it just keeps going in this cycle. And that's UNM with Camo, and they're playing this super slow and playing it super disciplined. Hits the ghost jump, but he unfortunately falls. And if you're on the side of Butler, that is huge to get Camo out of the hands of this roster, especially with
a 4-kill lead now.
4-kill lead.
And you know, like Butler has this lead, and they haven't seen a single camo. The first one that at the opening of the game was taken care of very quickly, and then we've seen Rain have the other 2, and both have been dealt with. So, you know, if I'm Butler, even though I didn't get the camos, I'm happy with the outcome.
And one thing I really want to point out on the side of Butler, look at their assists. You see that they are playing together, and it's not. Yes, Derpy Squid's going 19-8. He's absolutely killing it. But I also just love the assists on the side of Butler. You can really see that they are not it's not a one-man takeover. They are working together as a team. But still, if you're on the side of UNM and you're down by 5, what's your game plan besides running in the car?
I was about to say I'm not running into blue util. You know, it's being down in the Slayer is very weird, right? Because like, if you try to tuck, they're gonna say, okay, that's fine. You have to come to us to get kills, so we'll just also tuck. So you have to be very delicate and pick and choose where you hit stuff.
Yeah, and that is a map 2 win on the side of Butler, and this is scary if you're on the side of UNM.
I think if they can get out to an early lead.
We are loading in on the side of UNM, and Tuco's spamming ones, though. Tuco is spamming ones.
Yeah, that's my boyfriend.
We love Tuco. Also, L. Dalen for not being home for College Halo 8. He's too busy working with lasers. Oh, really?
That guy works for lasers?
No, he doesn't. He hates lasers. He's going to get pissed at me for saying that. But on the side of UNM, you are getting the initial picks, and you have the sniper rifle. I think there's only one player on the side of A, and they get the clear, so... If you're on the side of UNM, you are really starting this map off hot.
Yeah, you know, man, breaking this this map is it's very tough. You have to really coordinate something and get together in order to do so, which looks like Butler's trying to do. We've got 3 on cargo right now. They're fighting this guy back lab, and they cleaned him up. But at the same time, they are also losing C. So once they clear this guy, expect him to go to B, and then fight UNM that will be coming out of red.
And what a prediction, because as you are saying that, that's exactly what they're doing. You know, you just know ball. And I think if you're on the side of Butler, I think the start goes really heavy on the side of UNM, but you are completely bouncing it back. You've got the map control. I don't know if all that snipe ammo was used, so I'm going to be interested to see if that's on the map. But
and that's a really impressive 2 out of Kale, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
UNM and they're putting this pressure on this B side. I'm wondering if Butler's gonna... I would love to see a little bit more of a contest. And as I'm saying that, 3 members of Butler drop down, and they're instantly getting the cap. And that's scary if you're on the side of UNM and you just see Butler starts clicking. They get their feet from, they get this pace back. You already see they're at 50 points here, and they're not planning on stopping.
Yeah, and at the same time that they cleared the guy off of B, Confused Squid actually got a trade or won a fight on A and stopped the progression on A as well. So that was a really big one out of him on that side of the map. But
as we say that UNM gets the B hold, and I think you gotta just hold your map control, take it easy. You're down in number. Oh, wait, actually, it's a 3v3 in the map right now. So I think you just play the map control, hold it, and you'll be right back in this. And the QT is on the side of Butler, and I think especially on this map, and spawns being kind of all over the place, the QT is actually super important because you are able to get across the map fast, and that's. And can
Mama, there goes that man again. Derpy's good with the snipe. Give him 3.
Huge. Give
him 4. Unofficial overkill. You know that he knows they're at B.
Oh, this is scary. This is scary.
Just check back the no scope, dude.
It's fine. The server's having issues. The server was lagging. But as we're saying that, UNM is putting pressure on A when Butler is up. Yeah, we did say 30. If Derpy gets 30, then Nazcast Gaming has to get 5 subs.
Or Randy, you just said somebody. Yeah, somebody has to get 30.
Oh, I think it was a 30. But yeah, Rainy could get that 30. You know, we got to get Nazcast Gaming to pull that wallet out. We want the 5 gifted so you guys can watch some ad-free college Halo. But also, if you miss the matches or you want to go back and watch it, definitely go to our YouTube channel because we have all of our VODs that we put on the YouTube channel. And then also once a week we take the highlights and put them on our Twitter account. So be sure to go check out all of our socials. I'll put that W plug real quick. And we're about to be at a tie game here.
Yeah, and I was talking about having to coordinate in order to break A as a team, and Derpy Squid said, "Hold my beer and watch this," and he broke A by himself. So
this is a huge fight, and there's 2 on the side of A. And you see UNM is now putting the pressure there, contesting it. And I think they're going to get the stop. And we are at an 88-all game. This is exactly what you want to see. And I would love to kind of just see UNM now just hold their map control and just bring this to another game. I think that this is very doable.
This is the setup you want, because I mean, if you have AB, you can lock them down inside of red. You know that they can only come from 3 places, 4 if you count window, top cat. But you can really lock this map down. And I say that, and UNM, their setup gets broke, and it looks like Butler will take A and C.
Yeah, I think we kind of saw a little bit of overzealous on the side of UNM. They had the map control, and then they kind of pushed into red, and then it kind of spiraled from there. And this triple cap is scary because for those of you who have not watched Strongholds before, if you have got 2 hills, you get 2 points per second, and that adds up quick.
Yeah, fortunately, they get C spawns, and UNM wisely jumps on C. Unfortunately, Derpy loses the sniper rifle. I'm sure he's going to go back for it, though, right here. This is a really big fight on A. Good use of the util out of Rocco.
Good use of the util. Pushes him towards his teammates so his teammates can't put the damage. And Derpy's got the snipe. Let's see it. And I think there's a player from UNM that's going to drop on this hill. I think you just try to play your life as much as you can. And that's sniped down. I would love to see Rainy go and grab it. I think that's sniped down on the side of B. And look at the comms out of UNM. You could see, unfortunately, on the side of Butler, you could see he went for the snipe, and they're calling out that it's down. But as we're saying this, it's control back on the side of UNM, but this is where I think last time it got a little weird is when they pushed into red. I would love to see them play disciplined here and just kind of keep holding them back, because this time is really going to add up here.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we've talked about it a bunch, but the spawns in this map they're very, very finicky. So I mean, you having a guy top red like that could easily make them spawn back blue if you're not blocking it correctly. Like it can get really, really crazy.
This is huge damage on the side, and Derpy Squid is the only one on A, and he's just giving his teammates time. He's putting the damage, and I think this is huge on the side of Derpy, and that's a huge double kill. And there's only one up on the side of UNM, and right now this is what I wanted to see this game or game 3. I think that this is such a bang out, and none of these teams have the ultimate setup yet. And it just keeps going back and forth, which as a spectator, this is what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, these are two teams that are very, very, very close in skill level, and I mean, they're just kind of, I mean, they're throwing haymakers at each other the entire time.
Absolutely. And that's A and B going on the side of UNM. I would love to see Butler try to get on the C fast to stop the bleeding, which they are going to do so. But right now, this is real control out of the side of UNM. And I would love to see them get out of red. Like, I feel like this is where it kind of keeps getting a little funky. So you got a couple overzealous on the side of red. And as we're saying this, Butler's going for the triple cap. But as I'm saying that, because I'm cursing this, B and C, I'm going to stop talking because I just reset B. I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah, that was one of those instances of really weird spawns. I think 2 spawned back blue for Butler and 2 spawned bottom red tower, so it was
this
just
is a huge gunfight, and Derpy Squid wins it.
Really
but as I'm
here.
saying, UNM is just running right at them, and that's the pace you want to see. I want to see them kind of either put pressure on this B hill or just run at this A, and I think they're opting to do both here.
Yeah, Butler needs to do. They need to do a better job of once they get a zone capped of controlling that zone. I feel like they're capping something and just running away from it, you know, or
yeah,
something like that.
And I think just Revan just said in the chat, it's exactly what he's saying. It's very scrappy where there's not been that huge map control on either side, which on this map specifically, I think this is what you want to see. And there's a snipe on the side of Butler. This is gonna be huge. Unfortunately, he drops and gives the snipe to UNM, which where they're at right now, I think that you don't want to hand it over for free. But this is a huge pinch onto the A site. And Derpy Squid's got the snipe, and he just hits it. He always hits the body shot.
Yeah, he's I'm telling you, man, like that dude, he should just no scope everything all the time.
No, absolutely. And I gotta say, if you're Nazcast's wallet, you're getting a little scared here because you've got Derpy Squid, who's 2 kills away. You've got Derpy's close. You've got Rocco's close. You've got Rainey's close.
We talk about map control. Look at how Derpy's playing this. He recognizes that they have A and B and that they're all spawning back red. He's not pushing up. He's not taking too much space. He's playing exactly where he should be playing, and it seems like he's telling his team to also stay there. And
one more.
This is the first time we've seen a true setup map control out of either of these teams.
And that is a 30 bomb on the side of Derpy Squid. So everyone, I want everyone pinging Nazcast Gaming. I want everyone pinging him. I want to see it. And now, what is this? That was a lot at once. Sorry. But if you're on the side of Butler, I think you really gotta prioritize this A stronghold. Like, I feel like this is the one that we're seeing that just keeps going back and forth. And what a huge QT play out of, I think it was Carito with it. That is huge. And he's just putting the damage and playing his life.
Yeah, it was a really good play there out of Kirito. Using the QT very, very, very smartly. As well as a really good nade placement there at back elbow. But I gotta say, man, if Butler can keep this AB kind of in the same way that they were keeping it earlier, it's gonna be really tough for UNM to do anything.
They get the reset on A. This is a bang out the end. And I love the baiting and switching coming out of the side. They're just putting the damage in. There's only one player on the side of A. Or there's two on A. I'm kind of interested to see where Butler decides to bring this fight, because if you're UNM, you need 20 more seconds to push it to a game 4. But Butler is not going down without a fight.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it seems like every time UNM gets people onto this A to take it, the spawns just do not. They just continue to not be in their favor, like, whatsoever.
And that's control on the side of Butler.
This could be a really big pinch.
As you say that, that's A. This A stronghold just keeps getting pushed.
Looks like this could be. We could be setting up here for like an AC setup for a little bit.
Ooh. Definitely, these are the deaths you don't want to have. Like, if you're a player on this, as soon as you die and you've got that like 6 seconds of respawn, you're trying to figure out what you got to do, because we're about to hit a tie game at 233 to 233.
Really good trade there. They're on C though.
And UNM is.
No, they're not. He got stuck.
If you're UNM, you have to go, and you've got to go now. And that's Carito trying to get to the side. And this is back and forth. And this is a huge gunfight on this side. And that's a huge win. And I think...
This is Butler's game.
That's a Butler.
That's going to be it.
And that's 230 bombs. So I want everyone to see ping Nazcast Gaming.
Yeah, we need 10 gifted from that, right?
Exactly.